Hello, class 12th. Today's topic is Hardy-Weinberg principle. In a given population, one can find out the frequency of occurrence of alleles of a gene or a locus. The frequency is supposed to remain fixed and even remain the same through generation. Hardy-Weinberg, two different scientists, gave the principle and stated it using algebraic equation. This principle says that allele frequency in a population are stable and is constant from generation to generation. The gene pool, total genes and their alleles in a population remains a constant. This is called genetic equilibrium. Sum total of all the allelic frequency is supposed to be 1 as per the Hardy-Weinberg principle. That is, when frequency measured differs from expected values, the difference directional indicates the extent of evolutionary change. Conditions of Hardy-Weinberg principles were very large population, no mutation, fixed dominant and recessive characters. They gave an algebraic equation p square plus 2pq plus q square is equal to 1 and considered that this will remain if there is no migration. The sum total of all the allelic frequency is 1. Suppose in a diploid organism such as human beings, for any character, two alleles are there, either the dominant or recessive. Frequency of A is equal to 0.5. Frequency of another allele is 0.5. Total is of 1. A is representing the dominant one and small a is representing a recessive character. The type of the frequency present can be denoted from P, where it is for the dominant allele capital A, and Q represents the frequency of the recessive allele a small a. According to the Hardy-Weinberg principle, in a population, different frequencies can be present in the homozygous dominant individuals, that is AA, or is simply P into P is equal to P square. In case of all the organism, only one character is passing out, whether it is capital A or the small a. So, just a product of these frequencies, you are getting P square, that is for the dominant one. But when it is a homozygous recessive characters, they have denoted it by the small q. In a diploid, P and Q represents the frequency of allele A and small allele small a. The frequency of capital A in case of a heterozygous condition will be, as you know, in case of Mendel, in a monohybrid cross, the ratio was 1:2:1. Here also you are getting it is 1 for capital A, 2 for capital A, small a, and 1 for capital small a, small a. So, dominant plus recessive plus 2 heterozygous dominant, that is capital A, small a, is forming the equation. This is simply stated in another ways, that is the probability that an allele A with the frequency of P appear on both the chromosomes of a diploid individual is simply the product of probabilities, that is P square. Similarly, of AA is Q square. Of small a capital A, it is 2PQ. Hence, P square plus Q square plus 2PQ is equal to 1, which is a binomial expression of P plus Q whole square. When frequency measures differ from expected values, The difference directional indicates the extent of evolutionary changes. Disturbance in genetic equilibrium or Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, that is, change of frequency of alleles in a population, would then be interrupted as a resulting in evolution. For example, the Q1 is increasing, P is less, change will be there. The current generation is having, as you can see, a different type of the trait characters in comparison to the heterozygous conditions in the next generation. This change in the genetic characters is telling you about the occurrence of evolution or change in the equilibrium of the nature or Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Factors are there which do not allow Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium to be present in the nature. 5 factors are known to affect Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. These are gene migration or gene flow, genetic drift, mutation, genetic recombination, and natural selection. When migration of a section of population to another place and population occurs, gene frequencies changes in the original as well as in the new population. New genes or alleles are added to the new population and these are lost from the old population. There would be a gene flow if this gene migration happens multiple times. If the same change occurs by chance, it is called genetic drift. There would be a gene flow if the gene migration happens causing the genetic drift, and sometimes the change in allele frequency is so different in the new sample of population that they become a different species. The original drifted population becomes founder and the effect is called founder effect. Microbial experiments show that pre-existing advantageous mutations, when selected, will result in observation of new phenotypes. Over few generations, this would result in speciation. Natural selection, as you have seen in Galapagos Island, Darwin's finches, over a period of time is a process in which heritable variations enabling better survival are enabled to produce and leave greater number of progeny. A critical analysis makes us believe that variations due to mutations or variations due to recombinations during gametogenesis or due to gene flow or genetic drift result in changed frequency of genes and alleles in future generation. Coupled to enhance reproductive process, natural selections makes it look like different population. Natural selection can lead to stabilization in which more individuals acquire mean character value, directional changes, more individuals acquire value other than the mean character value, or disruption, more individuals acquire peripheral values at both ends of the distribution curve. In these graphs, you can see the different peaks or the operations of the natural selection. There is always a mean value which shows a particular type of phenotype. This Hardy-Weinberg principle or the operation of a natural selection on traits shows that when the peak gets higher and narrower from the mean value or the mean character value or the phenotype favored by the natural selection, the more individuals will be there and the population will be stables. While if the peak shifts in one direction from the mean character value and changes because of that, then a directional change will be there. But if you can see the two peaks, it shows that two different phenotypes, they are getting the better chances of the survival than the other. Then in that case, both the phenotypes will form a disruptive graph having two different peaks other than the individual one. So evolution as per Hardy-Wenger was p square plus 2qp plus q square is equal to 1, showing that there is no change in the characters, but later on it was found that different factors affect the process of evolution, because in the nature the equilibrium cannot be maintained. Thank you. Study hard, make notes, read the book. Book reading is very necessary, and writing all that whatever you are reading and listening is very important for you to understand, to have better understanding of this chapter. Bye.